Welcome to the Crimson Tide Connection, your home for Crimson Tide sports, and I'm joined today by the head coach of the Alabama baseball team, Mitch Gaspard. Coach, thanks for joining us.
You bet.
Coach, this past week you defeated number 21 Southern Miss, and then you went down to Florida Atlantic and took 2 of 3 from them. How would you assess the young team's first road trip of the season, coming away with 2 out of 3 wins? I think it's a pretty good weekend, isn't it?
It was. We had I thought our team overall was really prepared and played extremely well. Particularly Friday night we beat a really good left-handed pitcher that was pitcher of the year last year in their conference, and played with really good energy both Friday and Saturday, and so it was a great start to the weekend. And obviously the win over Southern Miss was a really big win for us as well on Tuesday night.
Coach, what was it like having a young team like you have now and going on the road with them, but just seeing them being able to, those first 2 games come out and put it together? And I know you would have liked to take in the Sunday trip, but still this young team goes on the road and wins their first road series.
Well, yeah, I think, we've had a chance to see now in 7 games just the way they play the game, and they're very competitive. They play with really good energy, good focus each day, and that's a good sign, as we move forward into the season. And just the team overall, I like where they're at. I like their focus. I like the way they play the game, and they continue to do that. It's going to be a team that's just going to continue to get better as we move through the season.
And Coach, you had a freshman that did well this weekend. George Salem was 7-13 in the series against Florida Atlantic, and he's had a hit in his last 6 games. Can you talk about his performance so far and what he's brought to this team? Well,
George, very athletic, really good runner, really good defender, and offensively, he's just going to continue to get better. And he was a table setter for us this weekend, but also drove in some big runs for us. Had a lot of quality at bats, from Tuesday through Sunday, and really, he's that guy up top. We're expecting him to give those tough at bats for us to get us going and let those other guys see pitches throughout the game, and he did a super job the entire week.
Another group you had a great performance was your starting pitching this weekend. They only gave up 3 earned runs in the series against Florida Atlantic. Can you talk about them? Maybe the week before, it was your bullpen that was kind of the ones that kind of came out and performed. And this weekend, the starters really stepped it up and showed what they could do.
They did, and that was kind of the theme for us this week going into the weekend, was those 3 starting pitchers for us. And I thought Charlie Sullivan really led the way, on Friday and gave us a quality start. And then John Keller did the same on Saturday. And Spencer Turnbull pitched well on Sunday, So, and again, I thought the bullpen came in and did a nice job too. But what you saw out of our starters was they were going 5 and 6 innings now, and that's really where they should be after 2 weeks.
Well, Coach, you return home this week. You have a midweek game on Tuesday night against Samford at 6:05. Can you talk about the series? You've played some good games against Samford in recent history. Can you talk about them and how you match up against them on Tuesday night?
Well, Samford's was a regional team last year. They returned some really good players. They have a tremendous outfielder and pitcher for them that has really been the catalyst for their team the last couple of years, and Casey Dunn's done a really nice job with their program. We know it's going to be a real competitive game, and we're looking forward to getting back on the field again tomorrow night.
And Coach, this weekend you take on Tulane, and we'll preview that later on in the week. But for now, we're talking about Samford on Tuesday night. That game's at 6:05. So, Coach, good luck this week, and congratulations on winning your first road series of the season.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
For head coach Mitch Gaspard, I'm Chris Fringland, and that's it for this edition of the Crimson Tide Connection.